Kentucky is known for many traditions, one of the most popular being Keeneland, known as the horse capital of the world. In 2022, they've made over $5 billion in annual sales. Majority of this money comes from thoroughbred sales, but they also hold 2 world-class annual races, one in the fall and the other in the spring. These races bring crowds in from around the world. So, when living in a city known for horse racing, knowing their history is key to understanding how the culture has changed and how it's stayed the same. Ever since I moved to Lexington, Keeneland's always interested me because of its popularity in this city, and led me to wonder the importance of their traditions. The first time I visited, one of the biggest attractions that the locals mentioned to my family and I was this racetrack and the thoroughbred industry. We were told that it was one of the most popular events in the city. After experiencing the races themselves, I can see why this racetrack and the industry is so important to the city of Lexington. Keeneland has kept its importance to the city and industry. In 1916, Jack Keene, one of the most well-known trainers in the thoroughbred industry, moved back to Lexington and began a small farm with horses. This slowly started to expand into a bigger racetrack, which was the dream that he had envisioned, and within the next few decades, the farm had expanded into what it is now, Keeneland. Keeneland opened in 1936 and has held world-class racing and thoroughbred sales. Their business attracts owners, trainers, riders, and fans from all parts of the world. Keeneland is well known for their mission to give back to the local community and to donate to local charities. Since the beginning, the founders strived to keep their goals the same and to make sure they understood the importance of tradition. They made plans to donate to charities and keep the local aspect of their industry alive. On their website, they claim that Keeneland continues to be guided by its original mission, taking a leadership role in the industry to improve safety, promote integrity, and strengthen the sport of racing. During the creating of Keeneland, the founders created amongst themselves the Founders Mission. They wanted to keep their intentions the same no matter who was in charge. They serve as a leader of Lexington and they've been committed to activism. The founders also created the Keeneland Promise, which they explain as a commitment to the principles of our organization, also referred to as the Keeneland Way. A commitment to our founding, these words guide the actions of our employees and allow us to pass on our rich traditions to future generations. It's a promise to our founders, our industry, our local community, and to each other. Employees are required to understand the promise in order to pass on their traditions to future generations. This promise includes treating others with respect, upholding the founders' vision, and striving for excellence. They have donated millions to local charities and educational programs. Their charitable giving includes donations related to the community, diversity, inclusion, education, and the thoroughbred industry. They provide grants focused within organizations in central Kentucky. Not only have they been generous in donations, but they also wanted to make sure that they served as a gathering place to the locals. It has been known that it's tradition to dress up more formal at Keeneland's races, and though the attire has become more relaxed since its origin, the unwritten law of dress code is still known to this day. Men are supposed to wear suits or sport coats, and women are supposed to wear clothing of comparable formality to gentlemen. Denim, shorts, and athletic attire are not permitted specifically for members, but they're also not recommended for visitors. Attire for clubhouse members is required to be formal, and if they don't meet these requirements, then they will not be granted access to the clubhouse. Many people that attend these races find excitement in dressing up because it helps to remind them of the interesting origins of Keeneland. They are dedicated to preserving the stories and history of their establishment, and the biggest way that they achieve this is through the Keeneland Library. It was built in 1939, and the library has been open to the public to research information related to the thoroughbred industry and its history. It is one of the largest sources in the world for this type of information. The library houses books, magazines, and newspapers to keep the stories alive. The books span a broad range of topics, including sales and racing, vet care, art, laws, and economics. All of the information found of Keeneland's history comes from the library and its contents. Overall, Keeneland has kept its traditions and promises made by the founders of the racetrack. They pledged to give back to the community, and the Founders Mission, along with the Keeneland Promise, have assisted in keeping these traditions alive. Now, we're able to understand the importance of Keeneland to the local community of Lexington and just how special it is to keep culture alive.